Ladies and gentlemen, it is a dangerous, wild world out there, and here we stand, folks, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob Grams, that's LadyBoh, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
How are you doing out there, friends? How are you doing out there? Welcome to the show. You're listening to the ProBoh Show. If you are a glorious podcast listener, hey, you seem to have more friends out there. A lot more people downloading the podcast. I appreciate that. You guys rock the block. And if you're a radio listener, welcome. It's currently, wait, there are no radio listeners. This is a podcast exclusive. Yeah, well, podcast and stream exclusive. The Warriors joining me live, you know. So how are you doing out there, folks? Is it going to be a blue or a particularly naughty episode today? No. Why? Because I'm a good boy. I am all about those good boy vibes. But, you know, occasionally I do tend to go a little over time on these things. I don't try to keep myself to a particular time when it's not a radio thing. Geez, on the last episode we did of this, I think the first half lasted 30 minutes.
¿Así?
Yeah. No naughty episode. Dang it! I got my hopes up for nothing. You know, I am very bald. If I stuck a nipple to the top of my head, would that generate the excitement that you seem to be lacking? Sasha joining me in the chat that's saying no naughty episode. Dang it! I'm so disappointed. She was also mentioning how shiny my head is. If you're a podcast listener and you haven't experienced the shine that comes off my head, the specularity like a pool ball or a snooker ball. Do they have snooker in the States? I'm sure they do. You have snooker here, right? I think you call pool billards.
Yeah.
I think you call it billards, right?
Billar.
Yeah, that's right.
Nivelazo.
That's what we were all waiting for. That's what the audience was waiting for. Where's Rob's nivelazo?
You were waiting for it.
I was waiting for it. Don't say it on the mic. Okay, thank you for the warning. Dude, that's good. We should come up with some parlance when you're going to write something I shouldn't read. That's a good idea. So welcome. Thank you, podcast people. You are killing it. You are killing it. I've noticed the downloads going up. What am I going to say? Guys, you rock the block. You're obviously doing what I've asked you to do, sharing it around. That's awesome. What's up, Bridge? Welcome. Given that this is a podcast-only episode, I am going to mention just one time on air. Guys, don't forget, tomorrow's episode recording will be a little bit earlier. We'll be going to be doing it at 6 p.m. Central European Time, 12 in the afternoon in Eastern Standard Time, and I don't know what time it is in Australia. 2 at night. You know, so if you're getting back from whatever it is you do in Australia, I assume getting drunk and fighting kangaroos. I think that's a national pastime. And you want to listen to something live, here we'll be. How are you doing, Jarion? Welcome. So what we've got coming up in today's show, folks, oh my god, it's going to be a good one. I have 2 delectable complete the news bits for our second half, as well as an amazing itchy 100 humans. And in the first half, well, obviously I've got an amazing. Today's actually a good unpopular opinion. I know they're all kind of good, but today kind of it speaks to me. This is a subject that fascinates me. But before that, I just wanted to say hello. How are you doing, LadyBoh? What's going on?
I'm doing well. Yeah.
Are you going to come to tomorrow? We're going to a quiz night.
Yes.
It's an event that we do every month at the radio station I work at, and I'm gonna continue my tradition of losing terribly.
No. Last
the
time,
enjoyment of everybody.
that's
true.
We were second.
Well,
not for us.
She says we were second. Like, the people in our team were second.
Yes.
And we were there the same. Like, that would be like saying the bar stools were on the team, because they contributed as much as we did. You know, they just, like any inanimate object on that table deserves the win as much as we did.
That's true.
But that's how we win. That's what we contributed, LadyBoh. Mm-hmm. We contributed silence, because whenever we participate, we lose.
Yeah.
So the secret to winning a pub quiz is not saying anything and letting the rest of the team do all the hard work. If you go, you win, says Anna. How are you doing, Anna? Anna, it's Yago's mom.
Yago's mom.
How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Giant tarantulas, did you say? Did I say giant tarantulas?
No.
No. I did say that Australians box kangaroos. I don't know if that's an actual sport, but in my head canon, in my mind, that's what they do. So tomorrow, yeah, that's why we're recording the show early, because we're going to perform terribly at a pub quiz.
I'm looking forward to it. Not to perform terribly, but
Me too, actually.
to see Kyle, because last time you had COVID.
That's true, yeah. The only pub quiz I didn't attend was one of my closest friend Kyle's, because I had the COVID. I had the Rona, friends. Yeah, it was the third time having the coronavirus for me.
No.
Yeah.
Third time. Second.
You gave me it the first time.
Yes.
You heard that correct, folks. You heard that correct. It was the second time, was it?
Yes.
Okay. And it wasn't that bad, I'll be honest. The first time I was really ill, but the second time I wasn't. And because I was living with someone, I couldn't kind of lie to work. No, I'm fine. I work from home. God damn it. It takes a special kind of honourable person not to take the baja. You know what I mean? Because I could have. And I didn't, folks. And I didn't. A baja is the Spanish way of saying, to call in sick. If we boxed kangaroos... Sorry if I'm a little stumbling over this comment, listeners. It's written in Australian. If we boxed roos, we'd all be dead. Those things are beasts. Yeah, we spoke about this yesterday, actually, Sasha. Kangaroos. You know what I mean? When I think kangaroo, I just think like a big rabbit. Rabbit meets dog, But really, those things are really strong. Like, if you see a photo, how muscular the things are. So many people I know have had COVID. This is again from Sasha. And Anna is cooking dinner. That's a great thing to do while listening to the show. So many people I know have had COVID. I have not had it yet and don't intend on getting it anytime soon. Good. But let me warn you, whether you intend to get it or not, it may happen. And the first time is the worst. So if you've managed to stay away from COVID up until now, good job. Good job and keep up the good work. Box as in put in boxes or punching, boxing. Yeah, throwing me off my stride today, guys. Oh my god. So yeah, and what else? Are you actually podcast listeners? Do you listen to any other podcasts? Have you ever heard of the podcast Serial, Lady Mo?
Yes.
Yeah, because I told you about it, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever listen to the first season that I recommended to you?
Yeah.
Well, the guys, I don't know spoilers. You can't spoil it. It's real life. It's a real life thing. The first season of Serial covers it's like a true crime podcast, and it covers the conviction of a guy, Adnan Syed, who was convicted and imprisoned for killing his girlfriend. Well, thanks to the work and the popularity of the first season of Serial, the guy, I believe, either today or yesterday, was released from prison.
Oh, wow.
So big congratulations to Adnan. Hopefully you're a fan of the show.
ProBoh approved.
And it's a great series, by the way, great series of podcasts. If you're ever looking for something to listen to, choose a ProBoh show first. Serial is a really good option with that little asterisk. The only podcast I listen to is Ear Biscuit by Good Mythical Morning. And what kind of a podcast is that? That sounds interesting. I barely leave my house, says Sasha. That's probably why you haven't had COVID, isn't it? Because the bridge, because Boxing Day is so called because of boxing, as in putting in boxes. Is that really why it's called Boxing Day? Boxing Day is a very British phenomenon. Boxing Day through me. You've inherited
Yes.
Boxing Day.
Mm-hmm.
But in America, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, Americans in the chat right now, is Boxing Day a thing in the States? I believe it's not. I think it's a very British thing. And Boxing Day is, and well, British, I think in Canada they celebrate Boxing Day, maybe in Australia too. It's the day after Christmas, the 26th. And we have an extra day off. It's Boxing Day. Spaniards out there going, oh, that's not fair. But you guys get an extra week of Christmas, dude, with the kings. Like, what are you guys actually celebrating on the 24th? Can I ask you that? Because like I was raised in a Mediterranean family, so the 24th of December was always a really big deal for us. That's the time where all the family would come around, we'd eat, we'd drink, and then we'd hand out gifts, and that was like our Christmas day was the 24th, Christmas Eve, as it were. And they do that in Spain, perhaps without the presents. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then on the 6th of January, you do it all again. For the kings. So what are you celebrating on Christmas Eve?
Nochebuena. But you don't have a dinner, at least in my home, for Reyes.
Ah, you don't. It's just about the presents.
Just, chocolate with roscón. But it was a merienda for me at least.
Because the Three Kings Day, the 6th of January, is when the kings or the wizards, I don't know religion. When the wizards visited the young Harry Potter or Jesus, whoever it was, I don't know. The potato Jesus, my favourite Jesus. He's so cute. It's when the Three Kings visited him, right?
Yes.
So what the hell are you celebrating on the 24th? Like Mary's labour pains.
What are you celebrating on the 24th?
About being about to receive gifts and having a week off of work.
The same.
That's what I'm celebrating personally.
Personally, the same.
I barely leave my house, says Sasha. There's a great YouTube channel. They have celebs on and ask them about their life on the podcast. Okay, that sounds interesting. Last Boxing Day, I got my new TV and I love it. Nice, congratulations. We shall find out how many Americans there are out there. The wizards? Yeah, the wizard. They were wizards or something, weren't they? They were kings in Spanish tradition.
Los Reyes Magos.
I always was told when I was a kid that they were wise men. Right? And I take issue with that. Because they get a newborn infant, frankincense, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Dude, get him like nappies. Little shoes. That's what they want at that age. What are you getting him frankincense for? I don't know, man. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. They're not wise men. They're kings. Whatever. Which country are these kings from, Ladybug? Do you know? I only know one of the names, Balthazar, right?
Yeah.
And what are the other two called?
Gaspar y Melchor.
And do you know where they're from? Like
No.
in the tradition?
Don't ask those things to me.
Yeah,
because
no
I don't know.
I wouldn't know either. But I, unlike you, would have made it up and pretended it was true. Well, one of them is from England, Balthazar. King Balthazar III. He had big ears. Anyway, whatever. Min says, I only watch Behind the... I can't say that word. And philosophize this as a podcast. I know I'm a bit late with the answer. No worries. No worries. When I was a kid, I used to go to my nonna's house. Oh, another fellow person from Italian culture. I love it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I lived with my nonna, so it was always awesome at Christmas. To celebrate Christmas Eve with my dad and my Maltese family. Oh, I thought that was coming from an Italian heritage. In Malta, do you say nonna and nonno too? Then I'd spend Christmas Day with my mum and her side of the family. Yeah, because I was raised by my grandparents, there was none of that. It was all kind of at one place, no sharing, no going to my dad's side of the family. It was all like with nonna and nonno. Well, it was actually nonna and granddad because my granddad was Polish. We say that too. Okay, interesting. You know what we should do, guys? I think it's that time of the podcast where we get into today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Okay, how does the unpopular opinion work? It's very easy. At the beginning of the day, I usually post an unpopular opinion on my social networks. I see how the wind blows, based loosely on how people vote, and then I just say whatever the hell I want to say anyway. What difference does it make if we vote or not? Shut your faces. Doesn't matter. It's interaction. It's good for the podcast. All right. And today's unpopular opinion was, getting what you want doesn't make you happy. On Instagram, 100% of people disagreed with that.
On Twitter.
Oh, Twitter. On Instagram, what was it?
58.
58% of people disagreed with me. That makes me happy. I hope they were angry as well. Oh, it does bring me joy to make other people suffer. Yeah, we say that too. Interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, so getting what you want doesn't make you happy. Most people disagree. So I'm going to spend a few minutes trying to convince you that I'm right.
As always.
As always. As always. Yeah, because, you know, once I finish the show, then it's just me and Ladyball, and I'm wrong about everything. So I just need a few glorious minutes in the sun. Okay. Let me give you some real life experiences. When I was a child, there were two things I really enjoyed when I was young. One of them was talk radio, and the other was stand-up comedy. Like, one of my idols when I was a kid was a comedian called Bill Hicks, an American comedian that sadly died because he contracted cancer. Or developed cancer. I don't think you contract cancer. And talk radio, I used to listen to, what was it called? Virgin Radio. It was a talk radio station, and I'd listen to it at night, where the British version of a shock jock would come on air. Have you ever heard the expression shock jock before?
No.
Okay, that's kind of like a disc jockey, a DJ, but that says shocking and controversial things. And I remember I was just like, I was enamored by these two professionals, these two guys, particularly Bill Hicks. So when I grew up, I had this desire all my entire life to do talk radio and to do stand-up comedy. So I started studying graphic design and things like that, and very much later on in life, I think when I turned 21 is when I started kind of shifting over towards media. At 25, I did my first stand-up comedy set, and at 23, I had my first radio show. Did those things... You know, I think if I analyze myself and the way I feel about those two achievements, the striving towards doing those things was a lot more rewarding than the actual accomplishment. Does that make sense? Let me boil it down to you in a more simple way. And this is a psychological term. Oof, let me just find it. Yeah, called the fair process effect. Okay, the fair process effect. And if you want to see it in action, I remember a couple of years ago, I had a problem with my phone company. I was with Movistar, and for some reason, I was getting charged for these messages that I wasn't making. It was a weird kind of micro transaction, and it added up over the space of a few years to something like €150, and I was outraged. And like I could feel this anger like building in me. So I thought, I'm not going to call Movistar just yet. And that I remember for hours just playing out in my mind what I'm going to say to them, you know, what they're going to say to me. And, you know, I'm going to be cool, but I'm going to be calm, and I'm going to be very insistent. I picked up the phone. I called Movistar. I said, look, I've got €150 worth of charges through these microtransactions that are coming in. The lady on the other side of the phone says, oh yeah, I see that. Okay, we'll make sure we reimburse that money. Is there anything else we can help you with? And the outcome, although it was what I wanted, it was not satisfying. I was not happy with it. And that, in essence, is the fair process effect. Okay, in action. You can search for this online, and you'll find it. You'll find some really kind of dusty academic type articles, but I mean, it's very well published. I think the term was first coined in like 1978 or something. Hang on, wait. Let's go and read what the chat is saying. Let's see. Min says, "But what if I want happiness?" Okay, we'll get to that, Min, for sure. You're right. There always seems something else you want, and so on. Exactly. After I did the radio and after I tried stand-up comedy, then I wanted to do theatre. I did theatre. After that, I wanted to do TV, and then I had a TV show. Yeah. Look, is it the human condition? Well, maybe if we have time, we're going to get into a little bit of that too. But I just want to spend a little bit of time talking about the fair process effect. Okay, so what is the fair process effect? That is when the outcome, whether you want it or not, if you achieve an outcome that is either desirable or non-desirable to you, it can either feel good or bad, independent of the result and whether you wanted it or not. Not based on the result, but based on the amount of effort or the fairness in achieving it. Okay, for example, you want to pass an exam, or you want to pass, a course, and you have to write an essay. Okay, so you cut and paste just an entire Wikipedia article. You hand it into your teacher, and you get an A. And you think, all right, got away with that. Great. And then the other side of the coin, instead of cutting and pasting and cheating, you actually sit down, you research, and you write the article, you hand it in, and you get a B instead of an A. But you're overjoyed. Why? That's the fair process effect in action. Okay? Because basically, the point I'm trying to make is, or the point that I'm going to get to because I'm running out of time, is most of what we consider happiness doesn't even really exist. I mean, we believe that happiness is something that that finds us, falls to us from heaven, but really we synthesize our own happiness in our head. I mean, believe it or not, like if I were to ask you, would you rather be... comes from a speech, by the way, by Dan Gilbert, what I'm going to say right now. It's a TED Talk speech, and he asks his audience, would you rather be paraplegic or win the lottery? And, of course, the audience is shouting, yay, I'd rather win the lottery. And he presents data to say that after a few years of winning the lottery or becoming paraplegic, there is very little difference in the level of overall satisfaction with the person's life. Okay, most of these permanent situations that we find ourselves in don't actually lead to a more satisfying life. Why? Because we're humans, and a part of the human condition is always to strive for something better, or to put that in a more realistic way, always be upset with the situation that we're in. Okay, and it's sad, but it's true. Let's continue. Let's read some more of the chat. Yes, working towards something is finally the best part, says the bridge. Once you get there, it's done. Besides the important things in life... Besides the important things in life are not goods, says Jayam. I think he's saying that, physical things aren't really the most important things in life. And the bridge also continues to say, Rob, that's because the lady solved the problem, but not the strife. Unease it has caused. I don't understand that, bridge, but thanks.
The movie star woman.
Ah, okay, yeah. But you see what I mean? Like, had I resolved that situation and it had been a little bit more unpleasant, perhaps I would have been a little bit more satisfied with the outcome. But the outcome didn't feel like a triumph for me. It didn't make me as happy as it could, because I felt getting it wasn't earned, Because in my mind, the journey to get there wasn't as perilous as it could have been. If you think back to that analogy that I told with the university paper. And we're not alone. I mean, this is the human condition. This is just something humans are good at. Look, I'll read you a quote. All right, here we go. Yeah, I don't have 1 minute's regret. It was a glorious experience. Do you know who that's from? A glorious experience, this person. This is a 78-year-old man at the time of that quote called Maurice Bickham. He spent over half his life in prison for a crime he didn't commit. And when referring to his time in prison, he referred to it as a glorious experience, and that he didn't regret not 1 minute of it.
Wow.
Okay, and I'm sure on his wish list for Santa Claus wasn't, I would like to spend half of my life in prison. Again, happiness is a lot more what we make it, what we think and not what we actually experience. And that is why, friends, getting what you want doesn't make you happy. All right? Life is like music. You know, if it was just one constant note, high note, it'd be noise. It's the ups and downs that make it musical. Sometimes not getting what we want can be the best thing for us. All right, friends. So that's my argument for this first part of the show. I will be back in 4 short minutes. I'm going to post a poll in the chat. I would appreciate if you interacted with that poll and tell me your opinion. Did I convince you? That remains to be seen. Guys, there's so much you could be doing on this beautiful, beautiful day. And instead of doing those things, you're here with me and LadyBoh. And let me tell you something, friends. It means the absolute world. We'll be back in a few minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professionalbohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professionalbohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professionalbohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show.
The ProBoh Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that little time to relax and reflect and listen to all those brilliant adverts. Well, actually, it's a podcast, so you just listen to me saying, support me. Whatever. Good. You should. No, I'm joking. Whatever. Do what you want. You're free. All right, what were we talking about in the show? Well, let me tell you something, folks. We talked about Potato Jesus. That was interesting. What else did we talk about in the first half, LadyBoh? I can't remember. We talked about Christmas traditions, and we're worse than supermarkets. Like this time of year, the supermarkets are already, they're just poised to take down the Halloween decorations and throw up, Christmas stuff. You just hate it. Capitalism's the worst. Let's go live on a commune, guys. Let's buy an island. Okay, anyway, where were we? You're right. Okay, here we go. You're right, there's always something else you want, and so on. So the unpopular opinion today was getting what you want doesn't make you happy. Jariam says, you're right, there is always something else you want, and so on. Exactly. It's like a never-ending kind of... You want something, and you just set the bar higher every single time. That's us. If getting what you wanted really made you happy, you'd get it and stop, right? Because happiness is the goal. You don't get what you want, you don't feel super happy, and then say, you know what, I could be elated. I could be ecstatic. You know what I mean? Come on. And most of our goals are so humble anyway. I mean, like, LadyBoh and I want a dishwasher. But the sad fact of the matter is, once you get the thing that you want, that will wear off. It becomes normal. Everything becomes normal after a short amount of time.
Exactly.
Okay, where else were we? I can relate to that. I am overjoyed in my crap life, says the Bridge. I'm sure your life isn't crap, Bridge. And this is the thing, right? Humans are rubbish. Not only, do we pursue happiness like it's something to be pursued, like it's not something that lives within us, which it really in reality is. If we just focus our attention inwards and look at the good things that we already have, I'm really good at that. I've got to admit. I'm a complainer because I'm British. You have to complain at least 3 times a day, or they take your passport away. That's a fact. That's
Solo?
A fact. The rest is just for fun.
Okay.
But if you I'm very good at not needing things. You know what I mean? I like most of my clothes I keep until they fall off my body. Most of my technology, I let it get to the point of it falls apart before I replace it. I'm good at not needing things. You know what I mean? Because I think the constant pursuit of objects, or, in a certain respect, even life goals. There's a philosopher, I can't remember his name now. Oh my God. Alan Watts. And he has this beautiful piece called Life and Music. And he says that we go into the education system at a really young age, and immediately we get pressure to do a thing. Because at the end of all this, they promise you there is happiness, the goal, that thing, nirvana. It's waiting for you. Just trust us. So they throw you into a kindergarten. You've got to do well because you've got to get into the highest class in kindergarten, obviously, because if you don't get into the highest class in kindergarten, then in your secondary school, you're not going to get into a good class. And if you don't do well in secondary school, you're not going to get into good classes in your high school. And if you don't do well in high school, you're not going to get to go to the college or the university you want to go to. And then you get thrown out of university with all this pressure and expectance, and you start in some job on the ground floor, bottom floor of some nameless business, and then you work hard. You work in 15-hour days until eventually you're there. You're in your mid-40s, and you're there. You sat in the office, and you look at your life, and you just realise it was all a lie.
Qué triste.
But it's true.
So sad.
But it's true, because life is not some crescendo. Life is a journey. It's a musical thing. You know what I mean? If life was about some goal to be achieved, or if that was what was beautiful about anything, then concerts would just be a bunch of like endings of songs, right? But it's not. Life is a musical thing, and instead of kind of waiting for the end, we should have been singing and dancing while the music was playing. And that's Alan Watts, guys. I highly recommend him. He's I think he was an American gentleman, if I'm not mistaken, but he kind of brought a lot of Eastern philosophy to the West, which is quite cool. Life is like a fart, says Sasha. our Australian contingent. Life is like a fart in the wind. You want so badly to sniff it, but the wind makes it impossible. There she goes. Chusky, happiness doesn't exist. Only happy moments exist. You know, the irony about human beings is we are so much in denial of that. Woo! Nice. Yeah. Sorry, Ladybug. Give him a good one this time.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
Me and my big fat bald head talking over it. Yeah, life doesn't exist. Only happy moments exist. You know, the irony of human beings is that we are in such denial of our animal nature. We are essentially just bald monkeys. Like no other animal on the planet has to be happy. They can just be. You know what I mean? And if most of us just, relax into the state, I believe personally that our natural state of being is one of happiness. You don't go on holiday to pursue happiness. You go to escape problems, and when you've escaped your problems, you're in a natural content state. You see, I'm getting angry talking about happiness. Is that not the most British thing you've ever heard? Only a British man can complain about being happy. There you go. By the way, this is from Chusky. What does John Lennon mean by saying happiness is a warm gun? Sorry, I'm thinking back to something I said during the break. What does John Lennon mean by happiness is a warm gun? Well, apparently, when he wrote this song about an article in the American Rifleman. It was a publication by the National Rifle Association, and it told the story of this guy who used to take his 7-year-old son shooting, and John Lennon, just thought this was fascinating. Like how, he's teaching his son to kill things, and he's happy about it. And he found it so weird, the dissonance between those two things, that, he wrote a song about it. Happiness is a warm gun. There you go. Jariam, a bit of happiness is the ProBoh show, and we always want more. Oh, can we get a ProBoh approved?
ProBoh approved.
Dude, come on. I'll read those comments all day long. Oh man, I'm running out of time. You know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to go to 100 humans. It was a long walk to work today, guys, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys, and on that walk I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. Today's question was, name a part of the body that often itches. I know there are other men in the chat. No, they are not there. You know what I'm talking about. Name a part of the body that often itches. Look, Sasha, dude.
Directly to it.
Yeah. Sasha didn't waste any time.
Well done.
You need to be an an emotional warrior to survive in this badly named civilized society, says Trusky. I agree, Trusky, I agree. You can have a brain hemorrhage, says the bridge, and be happy. Yeah, that's the thing, you see. These people who suffer extreme tragedy or extreme setbacks, at the end of the day, for people who've enjoyed extreme luck, do you think Elon Musk is happy 100% of the time? He's the richest man on earth, works his ass off, and I'm sure he's got nothing but complaints. You know what I mean? It's not that problems follow humans. It's like humans look for problems. Anyway, back to it. So I asked 100 humans to name a part of the body that often itches. They give me their answers, and I have the 7 most popular answers right here, folks. Your job in the chat is to identify those answers. Okay, so Sasha, that one's not there. Ladyboss says back. Back. Well, espalda. How do you say something itches in Spanish? Que me pica.
Nivelazo.
Ooh, I heard that one. Me pica la nariz. I love that. You don't even take ownership for your own body parts in Spain. The nose. The head hurts me. Okay, anyway, where were we? Back. Is it there? Yes, it is. 15 of 100 humans said back. Congratulations. It's in second place. Okay, Jareom says eyes. Itchy eyes. How do you scratch an itchy eye? If you're anything like me, you kind of stick your finger as far as it goes and you rub. You can't really scratch an eye, can you, without making yourself blind? Okay, is eye there? Yes, it is. 7 of 100 humans, making it the 6th most popular answer. Well done, Jareo. Bum says, yeah, okay. Bum is a place that often itches, but did the 100 humans say it? I'm afraid they didn't, Sasha. I'm afraid they didn't. Oh, these 100 humans today. Am I right? They had no bums, and they had no well, whatever. Eggs. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Chusky says, yeah, Chusky, that's not there either. That's yeah. It's more scientific. I will accept the word genitals because it's more scientific. Genitals or eggs, I would have accepted. Arm, says Anna. Arm. Is arm there? Yes, it is. Well done. It's the 5th most popular answer with 8 of 100 humans saying arm. All right, next one. Head, says Sasha. The head. Is head there? Does your head often itch? Yes, it does. 34 of 100 humans said head, making it the number 1 answer, Sasha. Well done. Well done. Sasha's killing it. Nose, says both Sasha and Chusky. Nose. Does your nose often itch? They say if your nose itches, it's a sign that you're lying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it there? Yes, it is. It's the 3rd most popular answer with 14 of 100 humans saying nose. Very good. Jareum says the asterisk. I only just got that right now. Have you gotten that, Ladyboy?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, can we give him a nivelazo or something? Come on.
ProBoh approved.
That brought some joy. I'm happy, Rob. Would you wonder why? Says the bridge. She says elbow. I think that would come under arm, bridge. Either way, it's not there. It's not there. Okay, you guys have had head, back, nose, arm, eyes. Hands. Sasha says hands. Is hands there? Yes, it is. Well done. It's there. It's the 7th most popular answer with 5 of 100 human. How can hand be there? And as Jariam says, the asterisk. Asterisk. How can that not be there? Because 9 times out of 10, when I'm scratching something, it's the asterisk.
Oh my God.
Hey, look, I'm not going to lie to you, folks. We spend a lot of time together. Okay, where were we? Chusky says beard, and beard is not there. I'm very sorry. In fact, I think you guys only have one more to go. Ooh, yeah, you do. And Sasha and Ladyball. Sasha was first. Both say feet. Is feet there? Yes, it is. Well done. Sasha also said boobs. I'm going to be fair. I didn't read it out because I didn't want to say boobs on the radio. But this is going on the radio, so who cares? Boobs. And it's not there. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, let's do a countdown. In position number 7 is hand, with 5 of 100 humans saying their hand often itches. In position number 6, with 7 of 100 humans, they all said eyes. Part of the body that often itches, eyes. In position number 5 was arm. Arm, with 8 of 100 humans saying arm. In position number 4 was feet. Itchy feet. Do they say when your hand itches, it means you're gonna get money or something? Isn't that an old?
It was something, but I can't remember. My grandmother used to say it.
I was about to say the same thing. Grandma Bo used to say, if your hand is itching, you're gonna get money. Okay, so where were we? Did we do 4?
Yes.
In position number 3, we have nose, itchy nose, which some body language experts would tell you is a sign of lying. Do you know why that is?
No.
Apparently, whenever you cover your mouth area, it's a sign of someone being uncomfortable about what they're saying. In position number 2 is back, with 15 of 100 humans saying they're back. And in position number 1 was head, with 34 of 100 humans saying head. Congratulations, Miss Sasha Hayes. This was Sasha's round in many ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She killed it today. Okay, let me see. What are people saying? Boobs itch all the time, says Sasha. The palm of your hand is meant to give you money. There you go. I heard that too. You mean you didn't want to say boobs only once? Exactly. I had to repeat the word over and over again for comedic purposes. It all lies because I'm still poor. And if you I don't know how you solve that. If I knew how to solve poverty, then I would have, and I'd be podcasting full time.
They say that if you put your back on the floor, the money goes.
Ah, really?
Mm-hmm.
I bet there are so many interesting, weird kind of cultural artifacts like that about money. So there you go, Sasha. Stop putting your bag on the floor, man. Put it in the refrigerator like normal people. All right, let's go to complete the news.
Complete the news.
Okay. We're going to start with piece of news number 2, Ladyball. Piece of news number 2. Okay. How does complete the news work? I'm going to give you a news headline, and I'm going to leave off some important information. I'm going to give you 3 options, A, B, or C, and you're going to use one of those options to complete the news. So simple. Okay, guys? So in chat, if you're watching the stream and you're too nervous to type anything, don't worry. This is your moment. All you have to write is A, B, or C. A, B, or C. Okay, let's go there. Ooh, all right. This is news related to the sad passing of Queen Elizabeth. Okay? And Channel 5, just so you're all aware, Channel 5 it was the 5th terrestrial TV channel in the UK. Okay, so it's a UK story. Channel 5 honours Queen Elizabeth's funeral with blank. Ooh. Channel 5, the 5th terrestrial, like we have the BBC 1, BBC 2, ITV, which is 3, Channel 4, and Channel 5. So, Channel 5 honours Queen Elizabeth's funeral with blank. Just so you know, through the Queen's funeral, almost every single broadcaster in the UK broadcasted the funeral. What did Channel 5 do? Did they A, show archive footage of the Queen's coronation? Did they B, show the first season of The Crown? Or did they C, show the Emoji Movie? Hey, look, you can't make these things up. Okay. Channel 5 honours Queen Elizabeth's funeral with blank. Did they air archive footage of her coronation? B, show the first season of The Crown? Or C, did they air the Emoji Movie? Honours to kind of, Chusky means to celebrate. How you doing, Nuria? Welcome, welcome. Honour, to celebrate but respectfully, you know? So how did they respectfully remember the Queen, the Queen's funeral? Most broadcasters in Britain, to be fair, they just broadcasted the funeral. Not Channel 5, though. They did either A, showed archive footage of the Queen's the Queen's only coronation. It's not like getting married. There you go. When she was coronated. Did they B, show the first season of The Crown, or did they C, show the Emoji Movie? Ooh. Okay, we're getting some answers in. I see 1B. I see 2 C's, and everyone else says A. Archive footage of the coronation. All right, folks.
I hope it's C.
What was C? The Emoji Movie. Okay, let's get a drum roll, Ladybug. Channel 5 honours Queen Elizabeth's funeral with a somber screening of the Emoji Movie.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, you just can't make this stuff up, guys. That's exactly what they did. Even British, those of you watching the stream live, you can see the piece of news on your screen right now. And the subheading says, while even British pornography channels paused their regular scheduled content to screen Her Majesty's funeral, Channel 5 had a different tribute in mind. It's often said that the best way to honour the memory of a loved one is not by dwelling in despair, but by living on as they would have wanted. It's harder to say whether Britain's Channel 5 considers the recently deceased Queen Elizabeth as a close loved one, because they screened the Emoji Movie. I would love to be a fly on the wall and know what their ratings looked like for the Emoji Movie. Do you think more people watched Channel 5 that day? Because there was literally nothing else to watch other than the funeral?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe it was some smart programming. I don't know. All right, let's go to piece of news. Let's go to the next piece of news. This piece of news is with regards to Beyond Meat. Okay. Have you heard of Beyond Meat before, Lady Mo?
No.
It's a company that manufactures plant-based meat substitute.
Okay.
You know, like the Impossible Burger in Burger King. Same kind of thing.
Okay.
Sasha says, now that I think about it, I think differently now. I've spent the whole weekend working on a After Effects 20-layer project of the Queen. Really, Chusky? Oh man, I'd be interested in seeing that. I bet it's awesome. Okay, here we go. So Beyond Meat is a company that makes and sells a plant-based meat substitute. Beyond Meat COO, which is Chief Operating Officer, is a position, a very high position in a company. Beyond Meat COO Doug Ramsey is arrested for blank. Ooh. Beyond Meat COO Doug Ramsey is arrested for blank. Is it A, mistreatment of animals, or animal abuse? You can say it either way. Is it A, mistreatment of animals, or animal abuse? Is it B, stealing food from Burger King? B, stealing food from Burger King. Or is it C, biting a man's nose? Okay, here we go. So, Beyond Meat COO, so the Chief Operating Officer of this company that produces a meat substitute, was he arrested for A, mistreatment of animals, B, stealing food from Burger King, or C, biting a man's nose? A, B, or C? That's what it'll do, folks. You know, you eat too many meat substitutes, you know, maybe you're stealing from Burger King, maybe you're mistreating animals. Maybe that's why he wants to do the plant-based food, so there's more animals for him around to mistreat. Or maybe, you know, he had a desire to bite a man's nose. Who
Maybe.
the hell knows? I do. I'm going to tell you in a second. Let's see the scores. So we've got 3 C. No, well, we've got 1 A, 2 B's, and okay, C's are in the lead. Okay, C's are in the lead. Let's get a drum roll. Beyond Meat COO Doug Ramsey is arrested for biting a man's nose. You know what I mean? To be honest, if I had to eat plant-based food 24/7, I'd be eating humans too. So let's not judge the poor man. So this happened at an Arkansas college football game. Chief Operating Officer Doug Ramsey was arrested this weekend after allegedly biting a man's nose in Arkansas parking garage following a football game. I don't know how how do you go from angry to biting someone's nose? I don't know how that happens. I can't see that play out. I can't see that trajectory. But whatever, Doug. You do you, man. All right, guys, we have come into the end of today's show. Let me tell you something, friends. It's been a good one. You guys have rocked. So he prefers real meat. Seems that way, Jariam. Seems that way. He wanted his protein somehow. Exactly, Sasha. I'm in second, says Anna. Well done. And Miss Sasha Hayes, take care, everyone. Guys, it's been an amazing show, and there is literally thousands of things you could be doing right now. Instead of doing those things, you've taken the time to spend some time with me, and it means the world, guys. I'll be back tomorrow.